Hello there, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot. This is your daily reading for Wednesday, July 5th of 2023. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm always grateful for every single one of you. So Wednesdays, if you are new here, is midweek motivation day. So we really bring some messages here to pick you up in the middle of the week, to maybe give you a little bit of motivation and energy boost, and maybe some advice from spirit, depending on what comes out. So we have balance coming up here first. Okie dokie. Oh, balance. It's always a wonderful thing, isn't it? When we achieve it, right? It's very hard sometimes. So you are being invited right now to have a look at areas in your life to see where you could achieve a little bit more balance and harmony. Are you working too much and neglecting some personal connections or neglecting your home? Are you perhaps exerting a lot of energy and effort to look after other people, but which is wonderful and commendable, but in the meantime, are you taking care of yourself and your own needs? So this is really an indication and a reminder to go within, to take that little step back and to see where you could maybe make some little small tweaks just to get a little bit more balance in your life. Take time to relax, indulge a little more or less. Set boundaries with your work. Okay, and we quite often do forget to set boundaries in our lives, right? Boundaries are wonderful, but they can be a little challenging to enforce sometimes. There's always someone that's going to get their nose out of joint. If we have to set boundaries with other people, and I had to do that a few days ago, and someone looked at me like I had horns growing out of my head, but I stuck to my guns, right? It's got to stick to your guns. So, it can be a little bit challenging sometimes. So a big reminder there for all of us. We have Archangel Michael, and this is beautiful energy. Archangel Michael is one of the most beneficial archangels that we have. They all play a role, but Archangel Michael is like the big one, right? The leader of the pack, so to speak. They say he's the head of the archangels, but Archangel Michael can bring you confidence, can bring you a little bit of, how should we say, invisible support. Archangel Michael can help you heal, help you detach, help give you confidence and courage to set those boundaries internally or externally. Archangel Michael brings the blue sword of light, bringing all kinds of magical powers to you and really helping you and lifting you up along your journey. Can bring you comfort, can bring you pretty much whatever you need. So call on Archangel Michael. Maybe you do need to borrow that sword to cut some ties. Maybe you need to borrow that sword to bring you some confidence, right? So Archangel Michael can help you with all kinds of things. Call on him when you're feeling blue, when you're feeling down, when you need that extra support. And they're always there, all of our archangels. So Archangel Michael's the bigger one. So let's see what else we've got here. We have truth, we have expectation, and we have journey coming out there for you. So, are you being honest with yourself? You're being called upon to see things as they really are, to speak your truth. We sometimes don't. We sometimes sugarcoat things. We sometimes convince ourselves that things are a little bit different than they really are. And quite often it's just our way of protecting ourselves. We don't even necessarily think about it. It just happens, right? If we think that something's going to go sideways or something's not looking good, it's okay, it's going to be okay. No, it's not as bad as it looks. Or, we really want something, or we really feel a certain way. And sometimes in order to protect our heart, or maybe even just protect other people's feelings, we sometimes do sugarcoat something, right? So you're being called upon to see the truth in your life, in your current life, your past, and also with people that are around you. The truth shall always set you free, but sometimes coming to a truthful realization, or really being honest and open, is sometimes a little bit challenging. People do sometimes also get their nose out of joint. We've got expectation coming in here as well. Are you setting yourself unrealistic goals and expectations? It's wonderful to have goals. It's wonderful to have things in our lives that we want to accomplish, that we want to achieve. But here's the thing, is that sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves because we convince ourselves, or society has trained us, that we have to be in a certain place at a certain time throughout our lives, right? Do you know, maybe, excuse me, maybe you grew up and you had to be, you know, engaged by the time you were 25 and married by the time you were 28 and had your first child when you were 30 and retired at 55, you know, all of those things. And in reality, we're all unique, we're all different. And the expectations that get placed upon us, or that we place upon ourselves, are quite often not necessarily rooted in our truth, okay, or our real reality, or what we're meant to be here for. We're all here on a different journey. We're all here for a different purpose. We all have different things to accomplish in this lifetime. And placing those unrealistic expectations, or any like heavy expectations at all, can sometimes lead us down the garden path in a way that doesn't fulfill us and we're not happy with. So have a look, and again, the truth, right, shall always set you free. Where are you putting yourself in a corner? Where are you pigeonholing yourself with lofty expectations? Do you have a lot of pressure to accomplish some certain things by a certain period in your life? It's great to have a goal, but don't put a timeline on it. Because when we don't put a timeline on it, I mean, obviously certain things in our lives, we do have deadlines, right? Which, you know, sometimes we do have to meet those. But this is really about your life in general. And so where are you giving yourself all of these expectations and putting all of this extra pressure on yourself that isn't necessarily needed? This is also calling upon you to have a truthful look at the expectations that other people put on you, right? And, you know, there is a great amount of freedom that comes in when we live our lives for us, with other people around us that enhance it and that are part of our world. Wonderful. But are you forever giving up a part of yourself to meet somebody else's expectations? Because that is a heavy, heavy energy. And, you know, it's really hard one to really recognize and do something about sometimes. So have a look. You're not necessarily being asked to take any action right now. You're just being asked to reflect. We have journey here as well. Now, this is all about cycles. This is all about your journey through life. What kind of journey are you on right now? Are you happy where you are? Do you feel as though you've been led down a direction in your life that's maybe not for you? Do you find yourself that maybe you feel like you're living someone else's dream? Do you feel as though you're on the right track to what you really, really want and what really, really will make you happy? If not, perhaps it's time to have a look at the journey that you're on, be honest with yourself, and change your reality. Baby steps, right? We can come to a realization and we can gain clarity, but it doesn't mean we have to change everything right away, right? We can think about what are the best steps, right? What little small changes, the small changes that we make and the small things that we focus on end up adding up to the big things. And sometimes we need to take our goals, our dreams, down to a practical level and break a big dream, a big goal up into tiny, small chunks. That way we get a lot more wins and we feel a sense of accomplishment even if we haven't hit that big finish line that we're looking for. This is also showing a completion. So some of you have been on quite the journey. And this is where you might be finding things in your life right now coming full circle. You might be at a stage in your life where you are feeling a sense of completion, right? Like, I've done this and I've done this, and you know what, man, it's been hard, or it's been easy, or it's been fun, or whatever it happens to be for you, right? But you're right here and you're like, okay, now what kind of journey am I going to go on next? What is my next adventure? What is my next goal? What is my next dream? So whatever journey you're on, okay, this does show a certain amount of completion. It could just be that you've done one phase of your journey and you're about to level up and take the next step. It may be that, you know, you're needing to repeat something, right? Because just like the Ouroboros on there, just like that snake eating its own tail, sometimes we do have to go and we have to repeat a cycle. Because maybe we left some unfinished business, because sometimes when we reflect, we're like, you know what? I can do that better. Or, oh man, yeah, I kind of missed a life lesson, right? So sometimes we do find ourselves repeating our cycles in life, but each time we do, we gain more insight and wisdom, and we gain a more level of mastery and skill. Some of you also, by the way, on a very practical level, need a vacation. Are you planning a journey? Are you planning a trip somewhere? Spirit says, remember that even if you've got goals, and even if you're trying to, you know, make something happen for yourself, that we all do need to take some time to ourselves. We all do need a break, part of the balance, right? We all do need some R&R. And it's not a sign of weakness, it's actually a sign of strength to admit that, hey, I need a break. I need to give myself some downtime. I need to just do nothing, or I just need to go and have some fun. So some of you are being very encouraged to go on some sort of journey, go on a road trip, go on a day trip, go on a week-long vacation, hell, go backpacking around somewhere for a few months, right? But whatever journey, right, do something that you want to do. We have the Three of Forces coming in here with the bird's nest. So this is a very creative time for you. You have these forces within that are compelling you to do something. Now, you don't have to be like a musician or an artist or something to be creative. We can sometimes just be the creators of our own life, just like the birds are really busy building that nest. So this is a time for you to create the life that you want. This is a time for you to recognize, what are my goals or my dreams? Or maybe you're needing to create a home where you feel safe and protected. Perhaps part of your creation is going out and following that goal, following that thing that you really want, that's part of your journey. Whatever it happens to be, you have the power to create whatever it is that you want to create. It may take time. Sometimes it might be annoying. Sometimes it might be a little bit challenging, right? Just like these birds are always chattering. They've always got a little bit of a deadline, a bit of a timeline. And, you know, it's hard gathering twigs and then putting them all together. But eventually you'll get to where you want to go. So if there's something you want to start, or something that you're already working on, right, you're being encouraged to keep on going, keep on doing what you want to do or what you feel you need to do. And remember, sometimes we need to look at things a little bit differently, and look at things a little bit more creatively in order to get the results that we want. We're taught to look at things intelligently and with logic, right? And, you know, sometimes the things that we really want defy logic. And we need to tap into our heart and our soul, and we can just put our own spin on things. And this is where we make our magic. We have a fated meeting coming in here as well. As we go along our journey, Spirit will put people in your path that you're meant to meet. And if you think of things like soulmates, right? We have a lot of soulmates through our lifetime, but our soulmates aren't meant to be here forever, necessarily. They're for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Sometimes a soulmate is here just for a very short time in our lives. But the purpose of a soulmate is to crack us open and help us see and reveal parts of ourselves that we wouldn't normally have seen or revealed if we hadn't met this particular person. We have other fated meetings along our journey as well. Sometimes Spirit will put people in our path to act as oracles. And you could be doing something very simple. You could be in the lineup at the coffee shop getting your morning cup of joe. And you could be either talking to somebody, or maybe you overhear a conversation, and in that moment that person says something that seems, if you were just another outsider looking in, wouldn't seem like anything at all. But to you, it can spark something in you. It can spark an idea. If you have a creative block, right? It can spark an idea. It can bring you clarity. And the person who's delivering this message has no idea that that's what they're doing. So in the very near future, along your path, along your journey, you will meet somebody who is put there for a purpose. You may or may not recognize this person right away. You might not necessarily recognize it until after you part ways with this person. But they are put on your path for a reason. They serve a purpose to you. When fate plays a hand, right, we need to pay attention. We have Archangel Raphael coming in here for you as well. Now, Archangel Raphael is very much associated with your heart chakra. So, Archangel Raphael can help you heal, can help you open your heart, can help remove any blocks in your life. If you're feeling a creative block, right, maybe Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael can both help you. You got two archangels coming out here for you today. So very powerful and very supportive energy. Archangel Raphael encourages you to connect with the color green. Green is your heart chakra. Anything from plants to the color of shirt you're wearing. Archangel Raphael, brings healing, brings openness, brings love, brings laughter, all the things that make you feel good, right? Brings the good feelings. So this is a time of profound healing and a time of growth, and also a time to really open your heart. When we're open and we're receptive to ideas, to situations, to solutions in our lives, things get a little bit easier. But I feel here that part of this message is about growth along your journey, and is about being open to receive the help and support, whether it's in your real world, in your 3D world, or in your spirit world, right? You've got a lot of help and a lot of support on your journey to success, to where you want to go, to enlightenment, right? And we all have a different step that we are following along our path and along our way. So harness the powers of Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. They're working together to show you your path, to show you maybe even in your past you've had some fated meetings and they're bringing clarity to you. But they're bringing healing, they're bringing support and confidence on your journey, and they're bringing that enlightenment that maybe you've been seeking, but maybe seeking too hard, right? Remember, we have to be open to receive these messages. We don't want to put huge expectations on things. We don't want to necessarily look around every corner trying to find a message in every single thing. Sometimes a pebble on the ground is a pebble on the ground, right? But you will know these things if you're open and you're calm, right? You will see these things and recognize them for as they are. So watch for those signs, or learn to recognize the signs that are being put on your path. But we do have a lot of growth here. We've got this creative energy with the bird's nest. This is also reminding you that you're always safe and protected on your journey. The fated meeting is number 7, right? Very spiritual energy. And then number 8, right? So we're making progress in the life that you are creating for yourself, and the path and the journey that you're on and that you're meant to be on. So don't give up hope. Use the powers that are coming forward with the archangels. And remember, be honest with yourself. Let go of some expectations as well, because when we let go of expectations, we let go of restrictions. And this gives us more flexibility in our life. And then we'll be more open to different path, to change, and to other opportunities that are maybe better than the journey that we're currently on. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.